Okay. So welcome everyone to our third Flutter study group. I'm not sure whether Yongshin will join us today. Maybe she will be a bit late, but she did mention that the layout the topic would be a good thing for us to do this week. So Mindy has shared a link in Slack. Maybe we should follow that one. It is from Flutter Docs, layouts in Flutter. And at the bottom of that Flutter Docs about UI layout in Flutter, there is a tutorial called Layout Tutorial. So I suggest we go through this topic and follow through the tutorial at our own pace. And if we have any question, feel free to ask. And if you have any suggestion, you can also let us know, okay? Right, I'm going to start sharing my screen. Hi, welcome. Is it Audrey? Okay, welcome. So today we are going to do Flutter layout. We have sent a link in the Slack channel. So please refer to our Slack group. There is a Flutter doc link to the UI layout document. And at the bottom of this document, there is a tutorial recommended, which we can follow. So let's do that today. We'll go through this document. There's a couple of videos and a layout tutorial at the bottom. Okay. So a widget tree looks like this. And if you're familiar with web development, you will know that a lot of it relies on rows and columns. So in a container, row comes before columns. And in each column, we have icon and container. And each container contains a text. Okay, for those who have joined, just joined, there's this link in Slack, Flutter Dev UI layout. Please go through this document, and at the bottom of this document, there's a tutorial. So that's what we're doing today. We're learning about the UI layout. Please go through it in your own time, and feel free to unmute yourself to ask questions, or you can type in the chat box if you have any question. And feel free also to share your app if you have completed the tutorial. Okay, I'm going to start the tutorial now. Now pray that my Android Studio is working. If anybody still has setup problems with Android Studio or Visual Studio Code, you can let us know. We'll try to help. Also in our Slack channel, I have pasted another tutorial that Yongshen has recommended after we have finished this initial one. By the way, happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Okay, so I've got my app. Should set up your environment. When create Flutter application, there is a Flutter SDK path. Do I need to click install? You will need to install Flutter SDK if you haven't done that already. If you have, then it's a matter of linking the path. Okay, then you have installed. So you need to link the path if your IDE cannot find the Flutter SDK. Are you using Visual Studio, or I assume you're using Windows? Android Studio on Mac OS. Okay, so in your terminal, so I'm also using Android Studio and Mac OS. So in your terminal, what you can do is you type Flutter Doctor as Yongshen suggested. And this will let you know whether your setup is running, or your setup is complete or not. Okay, so terminal is at the bottom here. So mine is saying that, yes, I have all this set correctly. It's just that I don't have any connected Android devices. So can you run that and let us know what it says for yours? And feel free also to share your screen. Would you like to do that? I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a while so you can do that. The project location should not contain white space. Okay. Oh, this one, Flutter SDK path. Let me check what mine looks like.
Oh, the Flutter SDK path is just where you have downloaded the Flutter library, like when you first set up. If you can find it here, yeah, I think that's the correct path. You can just click open.
There's the open button, just go open, yep.
Then I don't think you need to click the install already. It's, the only problem here is for the project location, you cannot have a space. So like you have the Android app folder with a space.
So just choose another folder without a space.
Well, that's taking a long time.
I have a random question. If I want to buy a Mac, do I need 16 gig or 8 gig will do?
Sorry, I didn't hear that very clearly, Ija. Can you
Okay, so
repeat?
if I want to buy a new Mac, do I need to get the 16 gig or 8 gig is enough to run Android Studio and do something?
All right, when you are buying a new Mac, is 8 gig enough or do you need 16 gig?
Because 16 gig is like additional 720 ringgit right now.
Yes.
So I was thinking, oh, it's sufficient. Great. Okay then.
Yeah. Actually, over here, I also experienced very slow Flutter create. I think there is one setting that I had to do to increase the memory allocation for Flutter. But that was during build stage, not create stage though. This one is interesting.
Mine is always super fast. Maybe it's because of the Mac I use also, because mine have 32 gig of memory. And then, yeah, I think so far I don't have any issue when creating or building. Finally done.
Okay, looks like you cannot find Flutter. The path may not have been set correctly. Can we show your path? How do you show your path? Is it?
I'm not sure whether it's this command or not. Yeah.
Echo $path. Thanks.
Then automatically the same thing. Should be correct then.
Okay, Audrey, can you try typing echo $path? Yeah, so user bin. So you haven't included, I think it's downloads, right? You need to find the path to your Flutter bin and then add it here. How do you add your path?
In the installation example also there is the export command. In the installation page, there is one command where you can do the export path. Yeah, this one. But then the PWD actually means the current path. So you might want to change your directory in your terminal to the downloads folder first, because your Flutter SDK is in the downloads folder.
So go back to your terminal and then change directory cd to, I think it's tilde downloads. I'm just guessing now. Yeah. Okay, then you can copy and paste the Flutter install command from the web page that you were just in. Okay, now you run Flutter Doctor again.
It looks like it's running, but it's just a bit slow.
Mm. Okay, so just follow the recommendation to run Flutter Doctor Android licenses to accept the license. Mhm. I think the other Xcode so if you want to do that, then you need to install Xcode. Sorry, I'm muted. I was just saying that, Audrey, so the two issues you had were the environment path, which was resolved, and the Android license, which is accepted now. Oh yeah, so just review and accept. Yeah. So these were the only two issues. Yeah, so you can carry on and run it either on an Android device or an Android emulator. So unless you want to run it on iOS, then you need to install the Xcode. It takes a long time to install Xcode, but if you want to do iPhone development or Mac development, then you can't avoid installing Xcode. Okay. So yeah, you can go ahead, and this is your Flutter default code, and you can use this to do your 101 if you haven't done that already. But if you have done that already, then you can carry on with the layout tutorial today. Okay.
Okay, noted. Thank you.
Great, thanks.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, we can continue back to the UI.
Yeah.
Yep, UI.
Okay. So let me try to share my screen again. All right, so I was at the building layouts tutorial, and actually step 0 is to create an app base code. There's a create hello world Flutter app, and I've clicked on that to make sure that I've got my app set up correctly. Let me try to, sorry.
then I set the prompt.
Okay. So go ahead and do this. Just gonna check. Hmm. Sorry, let me just quickly check our Slack. So did Jolene manage to join? No? And I saw somebody just joined, but I can't see them now. Oh yeah, Irene. You can follow our Slack channel, and then we are going through this UI layout document. All right. So where was I? I just finished writing the Flutter layout demo. And I'm going to run my virtual device. Pick my favorite one. Okay, so it's running. So I noticed that sometimes this Android Studio doesn't pick up that I have already run this virtual device. So what I have to do in this case is open up my Avd Manager and restart this one. Can I restart from here? Still not getting it. I'm trying another virtual device. Okay. So yeah, you can see that over here, it is already identified that I have an emulate running. So I should be able to run the app from here. Finished. Okay, let me run it again. Why is it not running? Okay, just took a while. Okay, we have about 11 minutes left. Whoever of you have done the tutorial, you're welcome to share your screen or share a screenshot of what you have done so that the rest of us can expect and know what to expect. It's taking forever. This is annoying. So yeah, to answer the previous questions, 8 gig is you can build your Android app. Definitely, it should be sufficient. But of course, things will be a little bit slower. And if that's a concern, then if you can afford it, try to go for 16 or like you mentioned, get the 32. For mine, I have 16 gig of RAM, but I don't think I have everything set up very optimized in an optimized way. Okay, so where were we here? Is it finally built yet? Have a look. Yes, so this is the hello world. It looks like this. So from here, I can modify mine to do the layout code. So Flutter layout demo, and the app bar should say Flutter layout demo, and the app should refresh, I think, if I press this. Flutter layout demo. Okay. So great layout demo. Okay. Any questions before we finish? We have 6 more minutes. Yongshen taught me how to change it to a stateless. Oh,
There's no shortcut to change it to stateless. So you have to
the other way there. Okay,
yeah.
not vice versa. Right. Oh. Okay.
I think you can just remove the whole my home page state. Just remove the whole thing. Or just create a new one because you are you're using a new code anyway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know where all this came from. What was it?
Oh yeah, I don't think we need these two classes at all. Can just remove them.
Widget.
Oh,
So
I think you should paste this part inside the build method. So you
inside
have
build.
yeah,
Okay.
just move it inside.
Here.
You can put it above the return material put above
Oh,
line 47.
okay. Oh yeah. All right. Thanks. Thanks for the tip. So here, as the section. Just below the button section.
It's inside the pub spec, right? Or here you want to put the folder.
Oh, okay. This one?
Oh yeah, you have to add the image file to the asset folder first, right?
Oh yeah, so I create a directory, assets, and then I add the image. Oh, I changed the folder name. Dot. And it's 11:01. Any questions? Any final questions? Oh, you could not see my screen. Sorry, I got some private messages from Audrey. Audrey, don't worry. Maybe you can stay on for a little while after we finish, and then you can share your screen and we can try to sort out your email later. So let me just quickly check where I am at now. So in my body, I have title, and I'm gonna add this code. Okay, Yongshin, sorry to put you on the spot. What do you think we should do next week? Or if anybody has any suggestion, feel free to unmute yourself. We can have a quick discussion what we'll do next week.
Next week, I have no idea.
Okay, we can have a think and then we can propose in the Flutter chat group, okay? Is it here, assets?
The other day I wanted to build
Sorry, come again?
the other day I wanted to build an audio playing app, like a dictionary, where I load all my audio inside the app, and whenever I feel like listening to them, I just click play. Because I don't want them to be mixed with my music folder. It's for language learning purposes. So I had a couple of sentences with text. So I was thinking, and then when I wanted to build the app, it uses external plugins. So maybe a tutorial on how to use external plugins.
Tutorial on how to use external plugins. Okay.
Is it too much at this level?
I think we can try, but maybe you can write out your use case in our Slack group and then we can discuss from there.
Sure. Or I'll just go and look around and see because I mean, there's already a tutorial for that.
Yeah. Okay. Looks like I do.
I think it's because of the path, like you put assets /lake.jpg.
okay.
So I think you can just. I'm not sure if the assets is required.
Doesn't like it.
Because
Okay.
we just yeah, okay.
Yeah. So when you're following the tutorial, please follow to the dot. Otherwise, you have confusing problems like I do. Okay, this is the end of our tutorial. I hope you guys can follow through to the end and then share what you've done. And we didn't have time, but feel free to follow Yongshan's tutorial as well, the one she has suggested. Oh, Ija, well done. The one about responsive web and desktop development with Flutter. I think this one will give us an idea how to build web application from Flutter as well. Is that right?
Yeah, so if you have a larger screen, then you might be able to create like a two column layout instead of just one column and expand everything out. So you can have more customized experience for different devices.
Cool. Okay. Well, thanks so much for joining us today. Okay, it seems like Audrey has some setup issues. So Audrey, welcome to share your screen now. We'll just take a look before we finish. But for the others, you don't have to stay unless you're interested in seeing how we help Audrey solve this problem. And next week will be our last study group in this series. I hope you will join us for the last one. Let me try to stop my share screen so that Audrey can share her screen. And for the others, if you have any other question, feel free to unmute yourself, or you can continue chatting in our Slack group, okay? All right, from here, Audrey, can you try to open your tools, go to tools, Avd Manager. Okay, start up maybe Pixel 2. Press the play button. Okay, something is happening. Takes a lot of patience doing Android development.
Yeah, it's true. Even download the build sometimes takes time.
I think we had about 7 or 8 participants today.
Yeah.
Plus maybe 1 or 2 who couldn't join because of technical issues. But we're still recording, so maybe we can share the recording later. Okay, is it loaded up yet? No, it's still running?
It looks like it's not responsive. It's not responding the app.
Nope.
Yeah, I guess the home like is not responding anymore.
I see. Okay. Well, we can still help Audrey offline, but after I have run that emulator, I should be able to see it in the Android Studio and run the project from there. If it doesn't work, what I did last time, which made it work, was just restart again the emulator. That made it work. Okay, I guess that's the end of our session today. I'll just private message to Audrey to see if she can get it working. All right. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Yongshan. Bye.
Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Yes, have a nice weekend.